Welcome to today's episode where we have the guide here to take down Wailing Dark Sea. We've learned some lessons and I'm coming back and we're going to take care of this here for you today on normal mode. Now, a couple of key pieces here. Again, this is Abalone Cookies Aquamech MK2. We're going to walk through a couple of key items and changes that we're making from lessons learned from last time. We're going to talk again about this boss and a lot of the key activities, and then we're going to run through this here and take this bad boy home and down. Now, with that, those timestamps are available to you down below. Absolutely check those out. If you got a question, if you got a comment, if you got a different team, those fun things, do let me know because I'd love to hear from you as always. Now, with that said, let's go ahead and get into it here today. And don't forget to swing by the Discord server. All right, so here's what we got going on. Again, we're this far in the progression of A Mermaid's Tale. I wanted to create a specialty guide for you here just to get by this one right here. It is fairly tricky, so let's go ahead and talk about why this thing is so difficult to get by. So first and foremost, you got your first groups of baddies here as always. Additionally, we do have the special conditions stripping us down to level, well, moving you up to level 60 or moving you up to level 60, and those constraints, or if you're above, obviously taking advantage of those pieces. And then additionally here, the effects: healing decrease, HP shield capacity decrease, and enemy debuff resist increased. Now, in terms of this boss, this is the first and foremost key point that you absolutely, positively have to know to overcome this boss. Aquamech's armor passive ignores all incoming non-crit damage. That is correct. Unless it is crit damage, it's not getting through. And then when his HP goes below a certain level, which is about 1.5 million in health, so we got about 5.5, right around the 2 to 1.5, it's going to go haywire and gain a temporary attack buff while receiving greater water type damage. Additionally, what I found is you can drain it real fast and then get to that point. It has a lot more resistance and defense, it feels like, too. So you'll see a quick health bar move. If you watch my other episode, I'll point that out to you down below, and additionally so that it's there for you in the comments to understand why we made some of these changes. We'll come back to that here in a second. We got Claw Charge, deals damage to the nearest target and inflicts injury upon them. Power Slam deals damage to all targets and stuns them. Bone Harpoon fires a harpoon against the furthest enemy and pulls them towards self while dealing damage. And then Giant Fishnet fires a giant fishnet towards two targets, dealing damage. Shackling them targets the enemy with the highest attack first, then the furthest enemy next. Drill Attack deals damage to all targets and inflicts defense reduction and injury. And then Rock Cannon fires a cannon dealing damage to all enemies. Begins attack with Sharp-Eyed Gun Sailors. So very, very powerful things here. What I found is generally we tried a couple different strategies. You can check that other episode out. You can do it with one healer, PV in particular, because that's going to help with the inflicts damage thing, or inflicts injury right there. That's going to be key. You're going to get a lot of buffs from a lot of the other stuff here, and that's really what you need, at least for normal mode, to get by. But again, let's go ahead and talk about this team. So the first piece that we found out to be a problem, there was actually a few teams that we were able to run, but we just could not burst damage enough, which is why we're still here. And I'm going to show you the tweak that we're going to make here today in a second. Now, you absolutely want to be on the treasures here. Grim Looking Sigh, you want to make sure you have Dream Conductor's Whistle and Squishy Jelly Watch. It is all about that crit damage, fast iterations, all those things. One new cookie that you could consider is Frilled Jellyfish. Frilled Jellyfish is also going to add more water damage to the boss, and this boss does become takes more damage from water, which is why we're running this team. Now, in terms of this team, we are running Pure Vanilla here. We also have Dark Pearl. We have Sorbet Shark. We also have Squid Ink, and then Crimson Coral. We are hyper focused on doing water damage because when we get to that 1.5 million, we want to make sure all that damage is getting through. Now, one of the things that we saw with the toppings on our cookies here, and these are the toppings we ran, we got damage resist here, we have attack on Sorbet. Now, again, there is no additional crit, so we're going to come back to this here in a second. Then we also have attack here. We got a little bit more crit in terms of Squid Ink. We don't have as much crit here in terms of Black Pearl. And then here we have cooldown for PV. So we're going to do a couple things to hopefully increase our odds and our chances on some of this damage against the boss here. So what that is absolutely going to mean, and we have more detailed guides that you can check out here because we got a bunch of different things, is we are going to absolutely positively make some of those tweaks for you real time here. So this is what we're going to do when we go to our cookies. First and foremost, what we have is we are going to go to Sorbet Shark. The new update just dropped. We do get access to these lovely magic candies. We do want the extra damage and so forth. So let's go ahead and create this. We're super excited. Typically I do these in the shorts. You can certainly check those out as if you stay subscribed or see the notifications, all that fun stuff. But these are fun things for us to do here. That is a success. Now we will use that, so we'll take that upgrade. Additionally, we're going to add another set of toppings. Yes, that is right. Which ones are we going to add? We're going to add where are you? That's amplify. We need these right here. Juicy apple jelly. Yes, these ones are very good here. So we're actually going to throw these ones onto let's not put them on sorbet. Well, we can put them on sorbet if we want. Let's go ahead and do it here. Let's do a multi upgrade. We'll grab these three, and then we need to go find more. So we're going to do this. So we're hyper focused again on crit. That is going to be very, very important for us in order to overcome our challenge here. Oop, there we go. We missed that one and that one. There we go. In order for us to overcome this challenge on crit, it's not going to hurt us. Definitely not. But this again is an investment for us that we're absolutely making for you here to show you a key difference. We didn't have problems before in terms of staying alive, and we were able to prove that with a number of teams. So for us to succeed, we absolutely need to make sure that crit damage is coming through. So in terms of sorbet here, let's go ahead and close this. We're going to get that number 2 on. We're going to equip all these, and these ones are really nice because we got that great cooldown here. This would make a very, very nice set, by the way, potentially for our friend Cream Puff, that you could think about running Cream Puff instead of PV as an example too, but we are going to run PV for the injury. Here we go. Let's go here as well. We'll add some toppings. Look at that. We can just buff this one just a little bit. Why not? Look at that. Because why not? All right, let's go back to our toppings here. We're going to go to 2, 3, and we're going to do the same thing and get a little bit more crit damage here. Now, again, this can be a fairly large investment for you, which I recognize. But again, I'm making it so you can see that it works, and also whether or not it's worth it to you to help you come through this level and get by as well. But these are all things to keep in mind. Now, the nice thing is you can always move them off if you want to. But again, it is fairly significant. 1,000 toppings pieces, and then 500,000, usually, 1 to 2 million kind of a thing in terms of cost there. So there we go. Let's go ahead and add all these as well. We're not going to get into all the extra details. However, what we are going to see now is a ton of crit, which means pretty much every attack that we're having should be critting. Yes, that is why we're doing this and why it is so important. All right, so now let's go ahead and we're going to make sure we update everything in terms of where we need to be. We will select that. So now we're at 47% crit plus the other 45-ish. Same here. We're going to switch over here, select that, pre-select. We'll stay on attack there, cooldown there, and defense there. Ooh, that is a lot. All right, so let's go ahead and go for it here today. Now, as we're getting by here, I do have swag, other great ways to stay connected and support the channel down below. So I just want to say thank you. As always, let's go ahead and run through Abalone Cookies Aquamech. This is the one for us here today. We made a couple small tweaks, a couple key tweaks, and that should be able to get us to where we need to be. 2 key damage dealers here. All right, so as you can see, look at how fast that damage goes down. Huge, 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 huge. Now, again, right around that 2 million to 1.5, it does get a little bit harder. Huge, chunky damage. So look for it. Here it comes. Here it comes. We need to get some big hits right around now to get through. There it is. You can see the frenzy's on. The water type damage is up and damage down significantly. Now, the good news is we have 2 full minutes. I have not got to that 2 full minutes, so we can absolutely watch the clock here in terms of where we got down to. I've gotten down to about 200,000. You can check out the other video, and this is why we do these things in order to succeed, iterate real time, and make these things successful for you. That is right. I love doing this stuff. All right, we got over a minute still. I'm feeling very good, very, very good about this team here for you. With almost a minute to spare, we're getting real close here. Now, the good thing about having both Squid Ink and Sorbet here, you will hit the other baddies in there that are dealing that damage. And right about once these things come off, boom, yes, 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 yes. We got the guide for you. The only one, the best one, as always. Thank you. All right. We are through and through and through there, my friends. Nice. And that team may work for you in hard as well, so don't forget about that. Oh, we have done it. I am so excited about this. So excited. We'll come back and close out one of our special episodes for you, so stay tuned for that. But here we go. Let's come back to this as we always do. So today we created the one and only Wailing Dark Sea guide for you here for normal mode to overcome. We leveraged the last episode and several teams and several iterations in order to get to this one here for you today. So check that one out. Now, if you got a question, if you got a comment, do let me know. Come swing by the Discord server. Let us know there. Join our active community. Now, on top of that, if you got other teams, please share. And we gave you a lot of the key pieces, which we call the 4 T's: the treasures, the tactics, the teams, and the toppings in order to get by. I went and made that investment into the crit to show you how important that is. We couldn't quite get through Abalone Cookie's Aquamech before because we ran out of time. I speculated that it was certainly even focused with the crit that we had, not quite enough. And that is exactly why we were able to make it work with this team here today. And we probably could make it work with some of the other teams that we had before, and seeing that we didn't need as much of the healing in order to overcome and succeed and take down the big baddie boss here. With that, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for tuning in. As always, I appreciate your support. Thank you for the likes and the subs. When you click that button, thank you so much. Additionally, we have great ways to support the channel. We got memberships here. There's a little bit of something for everyone. As always, emotes, those fun things, icons, that kind of fun stuff, and more things down below. So thank you for that. And additionally, other great ways to stay in the know and up to date here on things CookieRun Kingdom. With that, I wish you the best of luck. Don't forget, crit, 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 crit. That is what's going to help you succeed and overcome Abalone Cookie's Aquamech MK2 here. With that, we'll see you soon. Stay tuned, because more CookieRun Kingdom your way here on the channel. Take care.